Tech Barbie Talk. I'm your host, the Tech Barbie, and thank you for coming to my show. This is a no-filter talk show about all things that I love, and I have fabulous guests that I discuss topics in love, relationships, business, pop culture, music, and let's not forget beauty and fashion all the time. So I'm so excited. We have with us here today Valdiviez once again. I guess she couldn't get enough the last time, so she is back to discuss some hot tea topics. Once again, hot tea topics are the juicy topics of the day. So we have a very special show in store for you today. We will be discussing the Ganja Burn Nicki Minaj music video and our thoughts on that. Also, we'll be discussing what is a BBL and why is that surgery so popular. And finally, we will dig and dive into, is marriage a thing of the past? Why do we think it might be a thing of the past? Or is it still current for us millennials? So let's dig right into it. So I guess we can start with the Ganja Burn music video by Nicki Minaj. Have you watched it?
I have.
I watched it too. So
1.5 times.
1.5 times. Okay, so what was your thoughts on it? Like, I'm trying to, like, I watched it to understand like what to look at the hype that everyone was talking about. I mean, visually, I feel like it's compelling in regards to the monochromatic orange gold color scheme.
It reminded me of very much like Prince of Egypt vibes.
It reminded me of the Mummy. Like when I watched it, I thought about the Mummy. Like when Himotep came out of the ground.
I really do think that's the vibe and look she was going for.
Yeah.
Especially with the typography.
Yeah.
Of the lettering of the words, the queen thing, and like the Queen of Egypt type vibe.
And I liked all of the dust and dirt on the guys, and I don't know what the hip thrusting was.
It was like, very reminiscent of, I was thinking of Michael Jackson Thriller.
Like they was popping it. Pop the dust off your body. Dust off. We alive again. We alive. So, and but I could have done without that, all of that. First of all, I didn't read all that. I'm not even gonna lie, I don't know what this story is about.
Okay, in this day and age, a lot of people's attention spans are not the greatest or the best, and you have to account for some of those people. I actually do enjoy the storyline, but it made you think a little bit. Yeah, I feel like it could have been narrated. Her voice, or there was some type of narration, some type of would have added to the
voice or something.
Yeah, like it would have added to the cinematic feel of the video. If there was like a narration, because
but
I had to pause it to read.
I paused it to read it too, but then the pause button was in the middle of the word, so then I couldn't even read it. I was like, forget it, whatever.
I gave her a brief synopsis. I was like, basically, this what happened was.
So, but I do see the transition. Like she started in the dust, then she's like in some rags,
like a mummy,
twirls around. They pop the dust off. Then somehow
she's resurrected.
She's in a gold bra and panties
with like a goddess. She looks very goddess
with those same poppers dancing in a circle. I'm still just trying to get it. I don't get the video. I mean, visually, as a creative person, I can see the creative vision of whoever came up with the concept, how they saw the color scheme and the jewels and light reflecting. I see that, but the storyline, like I didn't even notice. Like if I didn't read it, actually I didn't read it, but she told me, like you said. But if I didn't know about that, I would have known. How did she go from the rags to that? I didn't see any transition. I didn't see any transition. Am I the only one out here?
I feel like you were saying, was like visually intriguing, but I guess there could have been something more to play into the storyline that we read. But I think that kind of goes into like her artistry. She did go to like, what is it called, LaGuardia High School, the School of the Arts. Okay. I'm a Nicki fan, sorry. So she's a Sag like me. So
Okay.
So, you know, she's very dramatic. And she's into
we're
the
talking
theatrical
storyline.
Right, so she's into the theatrical thing, and I think like sometimes art can be subjective or objective.
Yeah, but if you have to explain it, the message wasn't received.
Yeah, some people can maybe they wanted to kind of leave it like open a little bit for interpretation, because like how she does with her punchline, she's kind of like, what does this mean? It kind of means this, but it doesn't mean this, or leaves room for like whatever other people want to take from her. I personally kind of felt like she was playing off of a little bit of like a biblical sense, and like the Egyptian, like, because at the end of the narration it said something about he's still even in the grave he's still Lord, so it kind of like had those vibes of like,
I feel like you look too deep into it. I don't even see how the biblical thing ties into that either visually. I'm talking about visually. We ain't talking about a story background. I'm talking about visually what I saw.
Without the narration, I think it would have been a little bit harder to interpret.
You're right. So guys, tell us what you think. How do you feel about the Ganja Burn video? Do you agree, disagree? Leave your comments below. We want to know what you think. Oh yeah, the styling, the makeup, the wigs, the whole like color scheme, that was awesome. Not taking nothing away from that. But we do have to keep it rolling. And we're rolling on to the next segment, which is under Style Talk. And we're talking about what is a BBL. And for those who do not know, a BBL is a Brazilian butt lift. Now, a lot of people want to know, why are they so popular? Why do people want Brazilian butt lifts? Well, it's healthier than getting the shots in your butt. So if you are going to get a butt enhancement, I'm all for people, you know, enhancing themselves, whatever makes them feel happy. But some people take it way too far, aka looking like a donkey with stick legs. That's not in.
Or like an ant.
An ant, Bug's Life. That's not in, guys. Like no ant butts, no donkey butts, horse butts. Like, if you get it done, make it look like it fits your legs.
I think it's hard because it was back when the video vixen
they were natural back then.
Well, some people had some enhancements, but it wasn't as drastic. And then it's like when people really wanted to get thicker quickly, they had those underground, you know, people injecting all kind of stuff. From fix a flat to silicone to all kind of stuff. I've heard stories about that.
I know you guys had to have seen she's gotta have it. And they showed the girl getting that back alley butt job and the butt exploded on the stage. The Brazilian butt lift is different than that though. That's actually when they take the fat from other parts of your body and they just put it in your butt.
They like
so it's not the same as, you know, the silicone injections, and it's actually more natural looking for most people. Some people, you won't even know that they have them because that's how more natural it is. But I feel like they're so popular because lots of women and girls are seeing, you know, the vixens on the music videos, you know, getting praised, or the I feel like Instagram too.
Instagram is like the new
Instagram
vixen space, or the new more so model space, because I think it's moved away from that very full voluptuous, like overly like exaggerated behind, to now like more proportionate, more natural curve. And I feel like with the Brazilian butt lift, which they used to, I think, do with like an implant, and now they do.
I'm not a medical doctor. Please don't quote us on that. I never remember hearing anything about Brazilian butt lift implant.
Yeah,
I feel like an implant was it. We need a medical person to answer that question.
So, yeah, now I feel like it makes it more natural, and people can shape it to like their body frame.
Yeah, but I feel like the question is kind of like, people want to know, why are they so popular? The why of it, like, we know what they do, but I feel like
I think that's more popular because it's more, I feel like it can be catered to your frame more. It can be more sculpted that way versus just,
well, your waist. I feel like your waist sculpts you. Like, your waist can make you look like you have hourglass. But truthfully, I just think butts are in now. Like, Kim Kardashian, all the Kardashians have them. all the girls that people praise on Instagram or getting these celebrities, having babies by celebrities, they all have them. All, and across different people in entertainment have them who are, you know, that people look up to. So I feel like the average woman now wants to have a butt.
And across different like ethnicities too, because before it wasn't as popular.
Oh, it was always popular with people. But, you know, now everybody wants a butt, you know? I can't hate on them. Do you? You want a butt? Get your butt. Just make it look natural. Just match it with, all I say is match it with the thighs. That's my only pet peeve is when I see the thighs are small and the butt is big. Just make it all match. Make it look natural like a weave. You want your weave and your wig to look real. Make that fake butt look real. Well, it's not fake. I mean, it's your fat. It's your own fat, so it's 50%. We're done with the booty talk. For today, we need a guy to come on the show to talk about booties. Why do you like booties? Do y'all like the big booty, small booty, fit booty, hair booty, SpongeBob booty? What kind of booty do you like? That's until next time. Guys, don't be afraid. You can come sit on the couch and chop it up. Our next topic is Under Heart to Heart, which is about love and relationships. Basically, some people chimed in. What they wanted to know is marriage a thing of the past? For us millennials, let's talk from our standpoint, not really from our parents' standpoint. For millennials, is marriage a thing of the past? I don't think marriage is a thing of the past. I still know a lot of millennials who are getting married. Yeah, a lot of people but I feel like, you know, people aren't getting married as easy or as soon as they once were. Like, I remember when my parents were younger, like when they got out of high school, you meet someone, you get married. You have a baby with someone, you get married. And now,
the right thing to do.
We're just more smart. I'm sorry to say smarter than that. We're not going to be miserable for the rest of our lives with someone we can't stand. No, for real.
I think most
a lot of those marriages did end.
I think a lot of people look at marriages too as like a business transaction. I think so too. Like when you marry somebody, it's like you're signing like a contractual agreement, committing to be with that person, and if you breach that contract, you can get sued, lose some money, get a whole bunch of like other.
Well, I guess I'm more of a romantic person. I don't think of marriage as a business transaction. I feel like it's someone you're sharing your life with. You may have similar goals that you're going after. You want to build a whole empire. At least that's what I want to do with somebody. Build an empire with somebody, whether it's your family, businesses, kids, whatever the case is. I feel like marriage is something to be taken seriously, and I totally believe that more people need to have the right counseling. I feel like most millennials haven't seen positive husband-wife relationships to really know how to be married the right way. So I feel like we need to be in a relationship the right way. And I feel like most of us don't have the tools to be able to deal with people, even when they get on your nerves. Like, everything's not going to be perfect and peaches and cream. I'm sorry, guys. I went to some marriage classes before, just listening to old people talk about marriage, who are married. So, try it out one day. It's really interesting. I feel like you go to school to learn how to read. If you ever want to be married one day, you need to do your research, your homework. If you've never seen a happy family, you need to listen to people who have happy families.
That makes sense. It's funny because when I was younger, I never really imagined myself being married. Like, I never had that dream, and that might have been from my, like, that environment that I grew up in and what I saw and whatever else. But I never really was like, oh, that wasn't like an aspiration of mine to be like, have the whole dress and this and this and this and that. But now, that is something that I would like to do, but like what you were saying, I would like it to be done with the right person and know that 100% like that's the person that I want to be with for the rest of my life. And because I want to be, if I commit to a marriage, I want to be in it to win it. Like, I don't want to marry somebody just to get divorced. The divorce rate is so high with marriages, and
And so that's
supposed to
another
literally
question.
stick through it, you know, whatever's going on.
Well,
but it depends on. I mean, if there's sometimes you might not.
I don't agree with just sticking with it if you're not happy. If you're not happy and both people aren't happy and they're not willing to make it work, I don't agree with
if you're not willing to make it work. No, not staying married just because, but if there's certain things that both of y'all need to work on, then I feel like you need to work on those things and individually and together. Yeah. But so a lot of those things, a lot of times if you know a person well enough before you marry them, you should know some of these things that need to be addressed beforehand, or how to kind of communication. I think is one of the most
communication things. I feel like is one of the number one things. Though I heard somewhere else on some of the podcasts I listened to that it's understanding and learning about people, you know, commitment, and there's a lot more things that go into it. And communication, I guess, is the gateway of understanding a person. But do you think a lot of people in our, like a lot of millennials, do you think they're afraid of commitment? I feel like a lot of girls are not afraid of commitment. This is my opinion, guys.
I'm just saying because I was one of those.
I feel like there are guys that are afraid of commitment a lot more than women are afraid of commitment. I feel like a lot more women, like you said, you didn't have that dream. I know so many people, myself included, who like, oh, you want this, you want to have this color scheme, you want to have this cake, you want to have this dress, you want to have 3 dresses. Yeah. You gonna go here, you gonna do that, but I don't hear a lot of men saying, oh, I'm going to this tuxedo, oh, I'm going to have this done. They gonna just worry about that bachelor party. That bachelor party's gonna be.
Some people don't even aspire to have those big weddings. You know, I know some people who do the shotgun wedding, or like do the courthouse wedding.
I'm not doing the courthouse. Not for me.
And also, you know, there's the common law marriage where if you've been with a person long enough.
That's like a horror movie. Common law marriage, like if you stay with them for a certain amount of time, what's yours is mine. But I feel like we need to discuss this on a later date some more. This is too much, guys, to talk about in such a little bit of time. So thank you for watching Tech Barbie Talk today. This is Valdiviez. And what is your social media?
You can hit me up on all social medias at Valdiviez, Valdiviez. Y'all gonna learn how to spell it soon enough.
And you can reach me on all social medias at the Tech Barbie. If you like this video, hit like. If you want to see more, subscribe to the channel.
And you can even press that notification button so you know when all the new videos are coming.
Yes. We need that in our life.
And you need this in your life.
And you need to join the conversation. Until next time, Tech Barbie Talk.